welcome to another episode. I am recording this podcast in a very fragile state of mind, and I would like to extend a warning to people that may also be in a fragile state of mind right now, and say that this is not the episode for you. I'm freaking out a little bit, and I wanted to explain what's going through my head so that if anybody's actually listening to this that doesn't have any form of depression or anxiety or mental illness or any of that shit, that they kind of see how fucking ridiculous it can be sometimes. And I don't even know where to begin. I just fucking hate myself sometimes. And I don't know what to do about it. Let me just tell you about the night. And it's not like this night has been particularly bad or anything. It's actually been a really good night. It's just my mind wouldn't let me enjoy it. And I wasn't allowed to just have fun and sit back and enjoy it with the company that I had. And it's fucking frustrating and annoying, and I absolutely hate it. And I won't forgive myself. Not for this night, not for the other ones that are similar. And it's this constant self-deprecating hatred that kind of perpetuates the depression that I feel every day, even whenever it's a pretty good day. But basically, what happened was nothing. Now that I'm just sitting here thinking about it, nothing happened. And I just hate myself. And I don't get it. Yeah, there have been some big things that have happened to me recently, but I don't think any of them have elicited so much self-hatred other than just my brain doing its own thing. So here's what's happened over the past 2 weeks. 1, my dog died. That's unfortunate. I've come to terms with it. I miss her. She's nice. Listen to the last podcast if you're interested to know more. I guess 2 podcasts ago. Today's actually my sister's birthday, so happy birthday, Kristen. Sorry that I'm in a shitty mood today, but that's okay. Because you're doing your own thing. But my day was I went out to dinner. Well, no, it was before that. Okay, well, let me also start off. Yesterday, I got laid off from my job that I've only had for about 7 months. And it's not a job that I've loved the whole time. But getting laid off is an interesting feeling. And I'm kind of happy about it because it opens up, it forces me to kind of try to push what I'm more excited for, which is my own hobbies and passion projects, and really try to make something of them. That's also really hard, and now I'm under a time crunch that I didn't have before, which will inevitably inspire me to work faster, but also have more pressure behind it. So I'm worried about the quality of work and everything that's going to be going into it. So there's been a tremendous amount of stress on my brain, and I don't think it knows how to respond. I certainly don't. This is something I haven't had to deal with, and I don't know how to react to it yet. But I think it's secretly a blessing in disguise, even though it's not really disguised. I think I know that it's a blessing, but I don't see the benefits yet. But let me just take you through what happened with me today that led to where I'm at now, which is I came home from work. Okay, so I got laid off yesterday, but I'm part of a union, so I actually have like a 2-week turnaround, so I'm actually going to be there for a little bit longer. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm in sales, and what kind of company wants someone to go out and make a relationship with clients that will inevitably fall through after 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, whenever I'm done. But that's not that important. But basically, I got out of work a little bit early, and I went to pick up my girlfriend, Alex, and we were going to come back and we were going to have dinner, but she had a little bit of homework. And for no reason, I just got upset. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the idea that she had homework, the fact that she had to do homework before we could go out and have a nice dinner tonight. I don't know what it was, but I just got really, really mad. And then I just stopped talking for a little while. And in my head the whole time I'm going, why the fuck are you doing this, you idiot? Like, just talk. It's not no one's done anything wrong. But then on the outside I'm just stone cold and unfeeling. And whenever Alex pressed and asked what was wrong, I just either didn't reply or I said nothing. And then there was this inclination to, when she did press, I would react in a way that would make myself seem not at fault at all for what was happening, and to kind of put blame on her. And I don't like that happened. And in reflection, I realized that was fucking ridiculous and I'm stupid. But in the moment, I was just upset and I was caught in my own little world in my head, and I didn't understand what was going on, and I don't understand why I was mad. And at this point, I would also like to say that I'm very clearly depressed. I very clearly have anxiety. I think that there might be a chance that there's a lot of other stuff in there too. But that's okay. But I was just a massive asshole for no reason. I don't know what triggered it, and I think that's the most frustrating part. I have no idea why I just became an asshole out of nowhere. Like, I love Alex. She's my whole fucking world right now. And I just was this massive piece of shit for no reason. And so we come inside. We get out of the car. We come in. She has to do her homework. And I just go to my room and continue being quiet. And I wasn't consciously trying to make her feel bad or anything, but just with my body language and actions. There was no hiding that somewhere deep down inside something was like trying to blame her practically, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And I know last week I said that nothing makes any sense for it, and I really stand by that. And then what happens is time goes on. Alex continues to ask why I'm quiet and distant. And I explain a little bit to her, but I'm just, again, distant and a little upset. I explain it to her, and then we have just a calm discussion about it, really. But the whole time I realize that I'm the one that's done everything wrong here, and Alex has literally done nothing wrong. But something inside of me has basically, like in my brain, put blame on her for something that she hasn't done. And it's confusing, because I'm sitting there going, I'm still upset, and I don't understand why. I know you didn't do anything, but I'm upset with the world and everything to do with it. And there's just no rhyme or reason. But I'm just upset. And then I start to cool off, and there is no physical altercation. There's never that. I want to explicitly say that, because even at my worst, Alex and I have a very good relationship. So it's not like that's in danger or anything. And that's something I'm very proud of, because I'm working really hard to try to maintain that. And sometimes it gets really hard whenever you feel like a fucking lunatic. And But we talked, and as we were going through the conversation about how I got to where I was at, it became more apparent and more clear that I had no idea why I was so upset, and I don't know why I was basically casting blame on her for this weird emotion and feeling that I didn't understand. And we talked, and by the end, I was basically thinking to myself, I don't understand how I'm supposed to work in a relationship, because I feel like even if I'm doing it consciously or unconsciously, I'm not fit to be in a relationship, because I feel like I do a lot more harm than I do good. And then these, self-harm thoughts just start to flood into your brain of, I'm really not meant to be in a relationship, and I feel like Alex would be better off with someone else that's a bit more stable. And then it's really easy to jump to the conclusion, and I believe it or not, I don't know if I did this, but it's very easy to jump from that thought to, well, I'm also never meant for a job in the real world because I just got laid off. The bright side, I basically have no career aspirations from working for another company, so I hope no future employer listens to this. But all of my aspirations are in the hobbies and passion projects and helping people and what I do in my own time. And but no, I just started thinking about how I'm not fit for a relationship, and then I started thinking about how the thought that comes to me a lot, and I'm sure it's different for different people, but the thought that comes to me is I feel like I'm this constant burden on the people around me. And so, and usually I've gotten a little bit better at hiding that and kind of repressing those thoughts, but on days like today where I don't understand why I'm thinking the way that I do, but all of a sudden I'm angry at people that I love and for no reason, I feel like a burden, because I am very, very much a burden at that moment. And so I just start to think about, how the world would be better off without me. And how people would react. What I would do, how I would do it. Stuff like that. And fuck, those thoughts, they suck. And they all hit at the same time. Like rapid fire. It's just one after the other. And I'm just sitting there trying to apologize aggressively to Alex about why I'm being an idiot, but at the same time still not completely over these dumb, aggressive, stupid thoughts that I have for no reason. And what ended up happening is we talked for a little bit, and communication is key. So I started to feel better, and Alex started to feel better. And we actually had a date night planned tonight. So we went out, went to a restaurant. It was pretty fancy. One of the most expensive meal I've ever had, and it was pretty good. But I'm pretty cheap, so I don't know if I'd do it again. At least not anytime soon. And then we went to a place where my brother and a few of his friends were just hanging out, and they were watching a movie. And it was, I don't even know the name of it, but it was the Freddie Mercury documentary or whatever it was. But it was a recap of his life, but it was actually like acted out. And I'm not that big a fan of Queen, but it was interesting. It was inspiring, I guess. But as I was watching it, one of the people that was there wouldn't stop talking. And I went from having this lovely dinner with my lovely girlfriend and being in a good mood to sitting there and watching this movie and just having this impossibility. I couldn't focus on the movie. I got very angry to the point where I was actually like I could feel my heart beating really hard, and I actually started to sweat because I was very, very hot and angry. And I started to bite my lip to a point where I wanted it to bleed, because I wanted something to calm me down, and I didn't know what it was. But if I bit my lip to a point where it would bleed, maybe that was it. And that doesn't make any damn sense. And that's a a reoccurring theme here. And I just got so angry. And Alex was sitting there enjoying the movie. And I just couldn't. I couldn't ignore the things around me. I couldn't have fun. I couldn't just watch the movie. I couldn't be happy at all. I couldn't have this whimsical feeling. Some of the people were singing. And God, would it be fun to just sit there and sing? Or like just talk and have fun. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get out of my own dumb little box of a head. This box that just makes me want to kill myself all the time. And so right after the movie, we left. And I got into the car. And I was just angry again. And Alex very simply asked why. It makes sense. She's doing everything right. She's done everything right that she possibly can. Except maybe continue dating a lunatic. But that's, you know what? That's her own prerogative. But the second she asked why I was angry, I didn't have an answer. Or at least not a good one. Sitting there and talking over a movie is not a reasonable answer, or being upset that someone is talking over a movie is a reason to get so upset that you start sweating. I don't even know if that's like a symptom of being upset. It's ridiculous. And when she asked why, all the anger, all of it, transitioned into self-hatred. Because I did not know why. I had no fucking clue why I was so angry. None. I couldn't explain it. Yeah, they were talking over the movie and they were singing a little bit, but they were having fun, and I should have been having fun too, but I couldn't. I was just depressed and miserable. And at that moment, I really, really wanted to die because the world was better off without me. And I drove home after that more aggressively than I should have because I couldn't stop thinking. And honestly, the end of the story is basically me going, I should record a podcast because I'm delusional right now, and I should explain it so that maybe someone else can hear it and just understand that it doesn't make any fucking sense. And sometimes what I do, it can be overly angry, overly self-hating, and all these things. And I have no idea why. And I can't stop the thoughts. And I still, as I record this podcast, don't know how to stop them. But this is just today. And tomorrow will be better. Probably. And if it's not, well, fuck. I'll make it better somehow. I'm just always looking for the next good thing. And right now, I want to stop recording because this was an impulse recording session, not planned at all. And I want to go to apologize to Alex because I've been acting ridiculous and crazy today. Thanks.